unfortunate still, we unconsciously sacralize these ideologies with the exact reverence and obedience that real faith asks of us. Soon enough, they become our religion. I say this sympathetically. We're not bad people. In our intent we're sincere, but no ideology carries the wisdom, balance, and challenge found in the great religious traditions, in the Scriptures, in Jesus, and what is best in our churches. Our faith journey without a roadmap can lead us to many dead ends. God, of course, is infinitely patient, and will no doubt look upon us when we have missed yet another turn, and with forbearance say, "Recalculating." My faith believes that all honest people will eventually find their way home. But I also believe that we can avoid a lot of blind alleys by seeking guidance from the deep wells of religious tradition. We have made ourselves religious orphans, partly out of sincerity and partly out of pride, and this has landed us in a place where we no longer have a belief, a faith, or a narrative big enough to give us hope beyond simple optimism. I attempt in this book to provide a certain compass, a roadmap, a GPS, to help us in our search for not only meaning and faith, but also simply a greater steadiness in life. It is written from a Christian perspective, but you needn't be a Christian or even a person of explicit faith to read it and be open to its counsel. Faith is not to be confused with ideas about faith. Faith is deeper than religion and should not be identified with any one creed. As Jesus himself says, those who do the will of God on earth are the ones who have real faith. An explicit faith is not always needed to get to heaven or to attain happiness this side of eternity. Yet the great religious traditions still offer invaluable insight into how we might journey in faith and go about searching for life, meaning, steadiness, and flourishing. This book was written with three audiences in mind: those who are unsure of what they believe in, but are searching for meaning, steadiness, and some kind of faith to live by; religious persons who are wrestling with the answers that their churches once gave them, are finding them lacking, but still want those same answers to meet the challenges of their present lives; and those who want to deepen their faith and enter more deliberately and intentionally into the more adult challenges into which authentic faith invites us. Real faith is not a set of answers. Rather, it leaves us in mystery, in longing, in desire, but open to something bigger. Real faith gets us in touch with what the poet Anne Sexton once called that gnawing pestilential rat inside us. Our deepest desire is a gnawing disquiet inside us, a longing for someone big enough to embrace our questions and hold our doubts. Ronald Rolheiser, San Antonio, Texas, August 1st, 2017. Chapter 1. Wrestling for Self-Understanding Within a Complex Nature. I was born into this world with a tortured sensitivity, for long have I puzzled over the causes of my psychological anguish. Ruth Burroughs. Struggling with our own complexity. In Telling the Truth, renowned American theologian Frederick Buechner challenges all spiritual writers to speak with awful honesty about the human struggle, even inside the context of faith. Don't sugarcoat things, he warns. Let the preacher tell the truth. Let him make audible the silence of the news of the world with the sound turned off, so in that silence we can hear the tragic truth of the gospel, which is that the world where God is absent is a dark and echoing emptiness, and the comic truth of the gospel, which is that it is into the depth of this absence that God makes himself present in such unlikely ways and in such unlikely people that old Sarah and Abraham, and maybe when the time comes even Pilate and Job and you and I, laugh till the tears run down our cheeks. And finally, let him preach this overwhelming of tragedy by comedy, of darkness by light, of the ordinary by the extraordinary, as the tale that is too good not to be true. Because to dismiss it as untrue is to dismiss, along with it, the catch of the breath, the beat and lifting of the heart near to, or even accompanied by tears, which I believe is the deepest intuition of truth.